Did you know 6 men walked into the Iranian embassy in London and pulled off Britain's most televised hostage crisis? On April 30th, 1980, they entered as ordinary visitors before producing hidden weapons and seizing control. 26 hostages were trapped inside, including British police officers and diplomatic staff. The terrorists demanded Arab independence in Iran's Khuzestan province and safe passage out of Britain. For 6 agonizing days, the world watched as negotiations crumbled. They executed hostage Abbas Lavasani and threw his body out the front door. Every hour brought new threats to kill more captives. Prime Minister Thatcher had seen enough and authorized military intervention. On May 5th, black-clad SAS commandos rappelled from the embassy roof. Explosive charges shattered windows as they stormed inside. Room by room, they eliminated 5 terrorists in precise combat. Live television captured the burning embassy and dramatic rescue. This operation changed hostage rescue forever, establishing protocols still used worldwide today. Sometimes the most gripping drama happens in broad daylight. Did you know 3 men turned America's most secure prison into their personal escape room? On June 11, 1962, Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers sat quietly in their Alcatraz cells, appearing to follow normal evening routines. But they were actually preparing for the most brilliant prison break in history. Alcatraz was called the Rock for a reason. Surrounded by freezing waters and deadly currents, no one had ever escaped alive. For over a year, they secretly dug through concrete walls, using spoons and makeshift tools. They created fake heads, from soap and hair, to fool guards during head counts. They stole raincoats and built a life raft, studying tide patterns like marine biologists. That night, they removed air vent grills, crawled through narrow shafts, and reached the roof undetected. They slid down the prison wall using bedsheets and launched into the dark bay waters. By morning, sirens wailed across San Francisco. The FBI launched a massive manhunt. Officials concluded they drowned, but 60 years later, no bodies were ever found. 3 prisoners had beaten the unbeatable system. Did you know America's most respected philanthropists were actually running the deadliest drug operation in history? In the 1990s, the Sackler family received prestigious awards for their medical charity work. They owned Purdue Pharma, a legitimate pharmaceutical company that developed OxyContin. But behind closed doors, they were designing the perfect addiction machine. They bribed doctors with luxury trips to prescribe higher doses to patients. Sales reps were trained to target vulnerable people suffering from chronic pain. They created fake studies claiming OxyContin wasn't addictive, knowing it was a complete lie. Internal documents later revealed they knew their drug was highly addictive from day one. But profits mattered more than lives. When the truth finally came out in 2019, they declared bankruptcy. But not before transferring billions to offshore accounts while 450,000 Americans died from overdoses. They paid a $10.4 billion settlement but kept most of their fortune. The family that turned medicine into murder finally faced criminal charges. Justice came too late for nearly 500,000 victims. Did you know a simple sheep herder became Italy's most feared killer, murdering over 1,000 people? In 1958, Salvatore Riina tended flocks in rural Sicily, just another face in the countryside. But beneath that quiet exterior lurked something far more dangerous. He began eliminating rival families one by one, turning neighbors into enemies and friends into corpses. Judges, police officers, prosecutors, anyone who threatened his growing power simply disappeared. He ordered the bombings that killed anti-mafia heroes Giovanni Falcone and Paolo Borsellino, shocking the world. Entire families were executed, including women and elderly relatives, as Sicily became a war zone. By the 80s, he controlled billions in construction contracts and heroin routes across Europe. For 23 years, he remained a ghost, always one step ahead of investigators. Until January 15, 1993, when anti-mafia agents finally cracked his security network. They surrounded his villa near Palermo, finding him surrounded by weapons. He surrendered without firing a shot, ending his reign of terror with a whimper. His life sentence marked the beginning of Cosa Nostra's downfall. Did you know France's most wanted criminal walked into their most secure prison and then flew out in a helicopter? In 1978, Jacques Mezrine entered Santé Prison in Paris, looking like just another convict. But this was the man who had already escaped from multiple maximum security facilities across Europe. Santé was supposed to be escape-proof, a fortress in the heart of Paris. Mezrine didn't care. He began studying every guard rotation, every weakness in their system. He smuggled weapons piece by piece, recruited accomplices on the outside, and planned something unprecedented. When guards discovered his preparations, he eliminated them without hesitation. On May 8, 1978, a helicopter suddenly appeared over the prison courtyard. Mezrine held 3 guards at gunpoint as the aircraft landed inside the walls. While chaos erupted around him, he calmly walked to the helicopter and flew over Paris rooftops to freedom. It took a massive police ambush to finally stop him 2 years later. His escapes forced European prisons to completely redesign their security systems.